Yo, what's going on, guys? So I've got some fun rec play points with a little analysis for you today. For our players, first we got Christian Alshon, up-and-comer, super athletic dude, really fun to watch. Next up we got my buddy Ryan Rosenthal. He's an awesome player, but he'll probably be rolling around on the ground more than he'll be playing pickleball. Next up you got myself. I'm just pumped to be out here with a fun group of guys. And last we got Neil Mediratta, aka Who's Neil. Well known for his backhand counterattacks. I'm sure you'll see that plenty of times in today's video. So while we let these first couple points run, I want to talk about a couple things I want you to look for, and I'm going to point out that may look different in our games compared to your average rec game. First one is what I call moving without the ball, and we're going to see this right away in this point you're watching right now. We're going to take a look at Ryan, who's in the all black. There's going to be a couple shots back and forth where Ryan doesn't touch the ball. 3, 4, 5 shots in a row here. And you can see how much he's still active in the point, how much he's still moving in getting ready for when the ball does come to him. That's one really common mistake I see at the rec level is there's this mentality that we're only playing when we're hitting the ball. Versus at the higher levels, especially the pro level, you're going to see all 4 players active all of the time. Everyone's always moving, adjusting, bettering their position, and ready for when that ball does come their way. Here's another good example in this point. In this one, we're going to have Christian and Neil basically get into a cross-court dink battle, and I'm going to be straight in front of Christian. I know that if Neil hangs a dink a little bit, or maybe Christian gets a ball out of the air, he could attack it, which he just did. So all those cross-court dinks, I had to be ready the whole time to get that ball sped up at me, and luckily I was ready to handle that one. Another common difference that you'll probably notice watching this is the idea of my side and your side, or you took my shot, or can also be referred to as poaching. And a lot of times it's thought of as a bad thing. But you'll notice watching us play here that we're constantly crossing the center line, and we're playing more as a team. We're moving, and we're looking for who can apply the most of pressure in the point, and we're going to turn that person loose on the ball. So here's a great example of this right here. We're going to focus on Neil in the white with me. You're going to see that as I hit this drop, he recognizes that Ryan's had to go down low to get it. He's put himself in an aggressive position, and now he can cut across in front of me and apply pressure to the other team that I wouldn't have been able to because I was too far back. So in that scenario, again, side doesn't matter. Neil had an opportunity. He was closer to the ball. So him going across to take that shot was the correct play. Okay, let's talk about the 5th shot now. So you may notice in a lot of these points that we're spending a decent amount of time in the transition area playing defense, like I'm doing right now. This is a critical skill because the quality of your 3rd shot drop is only half the equation of whether or not you make it to the kitchen line. So here you can see I've hit a pretty marginal 3rd shot drop. Ryan's got a ball right around net high that he can be aggressive with. He does hit it aggressively, but what allows us to be successful here is Neil hits 2 pretty good transition shots. He's able to soften the ball, and we still successfully get to the kitchen line, even with a pretty subpar 3rd shot drop. You're going to see more of the same in this point. Not a great 3rd shot from Christian. I take advantage and attack right away, so I'm keeping pressure on them, and they're basically just digging from the transition area, staying alive. Eventually I tried to go for a dumb drop shot, and they ended up grinding out and winning the point. In this point, you're actually going to see a bit of the same thing, but in reverse. We get up to the kitchen line. We're in a pretty neutral point. Christian and I sense that we've kind of lost control of the point, so we're going to end up dropping back a little bit, and you can see I finished this point from the transition area, kind of playing defense, but dropping back and creating that space allowed me the time to handle some of their shots and end up taking that point. All right, so I'm gonna have to give Neil a shout out on this one. We all kind of decided it was the shot slash sequence of the day here. So we're in a little dink battle. I get in around the post. Neil defends it and then immediately goes all the way across the court to hit a roll backhand back the other direction. Not only was this a great move, but the shot that he hit back cross court was highly difficult, running across the court and flicking it soft to a sharp angle back across like that. Pretty good stuff. Another really common theme that I see in a lot of my lessons that I teach is leaving too much space in the middle. So again, you'll probably notice watching us here that we're always pretty pinched, we're pretty tight together because we're protecting the middle of the court. So in this particular point, you're eventually going to see a speed up, and we actually end up losing this point, but I'm okay losing this point in this fashion. You can see there's a ball sped up through the middle. We've got 2 paddles there waiting for the ball. It just so happened we didn't make the shot, but I'd rather have 2 paddles there than 0 paddles there and that ball going through the middle. Okay, so we got another shot of the day candidate coming up here by me. You're going to see a little ankle breaker with the Kyle Yates shot. Let's check that out again in slow-mo so you can see what's going on the paddle. Basically what's happening in this shot is I'm showing backhand, I'm setting it up to look like a backhand, and at the very last second, flipping to the forehand side of the paddle for a little deception. That's all I got for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe if you like my content and want to see more of what I got going on. See you on the next one.